This is Morse code. This is how I'll be doing it. This is how many ways you can do Morse code. A lot of people don't pay attention. Morse code comes in handy sometimes, especially when you're a Boy Scout and you're in the woods. You ever thought about using a flashlight and use Morse code? Kind of usual, but you got to remember, that's the name of the game. Right there's the history of Morse code from 1850. See how they did that? Let's go right here. See what I'm saying? This is a pretty good worksheet, boy, when you start thinking about it. That's like the telegraph when you think about it. You just got to learn how to do it. Morse codes, boy. Now, you see how they be doing it sometimes? Everything's in there. Perfect. See how many ways they can do Morse code? They can do it that way. They can do it with dots. They can do it with a lot of ways of doing that, boy. Figuring out how to do things. This is one good way to learn how to do it. Especially if you go out in the woods and you got a flashlight or a lighter. See how it was used? It was used for that. That's called a telegraph. That is a telegraph. Got to figure it out how they did that stuff. It's pretty interesting. See what I'm saying? Pretty interesting when you're doing it. You're thinking you're really educated. Learning the names, how to do that. They be doing a lot of that stuff. The other thing most people don't pay attention to is going down through there just looking at the telegraph. Is how that Morse code operates. If I was correct, that's what it looks like. See it? See it right there? That's Morse code. That's what you're supposed to be learning. You learn it for flashlights, telegraphing, and you can also do it on a computer. You see what I'm saying? They got every one of them the way you really need it. But you gotta admit, that's pretty darn good. Using it as a flashlight, you can use a lighter. You can send messages through books, computer, just by doing things like that. That's the power of the Morse code, is you got to catch it. And a lot of people don't catch it. It's kind of hard. We don't think about it. But this is what I'll be showing the Boy Scouts. How to do that with a flashlight, cell phone light. Use a cell phone light, you can do this real good. And if you decide to do opposite, you can turn around and use a lighter, do the same thing with a lighter. And if you got a stick that's on fire on top, you can actually do it with it. It's Morse code. People forgot about that. Them Boy Scouts did. They don't even know how to do it, so I had to go out there and teach them. You think about that. That Morse code's pretty darn good. Imagine learning how to do it. That's the Morse code that you should be doing. Or you could go back and we'll take the history of it and see what else we could find. We'll probably find it. Go right there. See what I'm saying? It says that. Teaches you the history of Morse code. PDF. And you can go down through there. See how they did it with the teletype. And these are facts, man. For the telegraph. But you can use it for a flashlight. Tell people where you're at. history of it. That's the history of it. Think about that. That's the history of this. See, it says it. See, you can use a flashlight, a fire on a stick, matches, your cell phone, or a flashlight. And this is how they used to talk to the people. This is the old days. It worked. The people get how to do things like that because this is the way they did it in the old days, and you see how they do it. See what I'm saying? I ain't that good. You know, most of them people say they're educated, know what they're doing, and don't even know how to do it. Morse code. I ain't seen nobody do that. There's where I was at, see, it's showing you how to sit there and decipher so you can read. And they would talk to each other through mail, through teletype. So you can automatically figure it out by doing this. See what I'm saying? You can do it that way. Man, that's so smart. Or you can go down through there and do it this way. See what I'm saying? It's just Morse code. The key to everything. Do you know I got a playlist? No one knows I got a playlist